Thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs, and today we'll be comparing two Baba Yagas. The one on the left is the new Baba Yaga release from Spectre Miniatures, and the one on the right is from Studio Miniatures. And as you can see, I've put them together with all the parts that come from the box. So, Spectre Miniatures doesn't come with a base, Studio Miniatures does. But what I'm going to do is, before I compare them, I'm going to base them the way I'm going to play them, and then we'll do a one-for-one comparison on the different areas of the sculpts and on the price. So I have both the miniatures cleaned and based on 25mm bases to help them fit in with my existing modern games. Based them all on the 25s. So you can see with the Spectre Miniatures Baba Yaga, I cut off the little metal mound he was on, and this was to lower his height. So the primary difference we can see between the Studio Miniatures and the Spectre Miniatures is their idea of what 28mm scale is. So Studio Miniatures has not fallen for the scale creep on their miniatures, which of course means that in most other ranges, their 28mm guys are more Tom Cruise rather than Keanu Reeves. But since this figure is hunched over, he does come out to be about the same size as this figure. Now, why would you want to buy the Studio Miniatures or the Spectres? So both of these are made in the UK, so if you live in the US, you're going to have to pay for shipping and handling international to get over here. The Spectre Miniatures Baba Yaga is £3.50, while the Studio Miniatures Baba Yaga, or as they call him Baba, is £4. So he costs a little bit more. The one thing I will say is with Spectre, it took several months from when I ordered this model for him to show up. Studio Miniatures, he showed up in about a week from when I ordered both. I ordered both at the same time during the start of the pandemic. So Studio Miniatures definitely, in my experience, has their logistics down a lot better. Now, one of the other primary differences between them, instead of price and scale, is that the Studio Miniatures version has a assault rifle, while this Spectre Miniatures is in the iconic pistol one from the movie. While that may be cool, it does present an issue when you're trying to clean out in between these arms. There's a lot of flashing in here. And if you're playing what you see is what you get miniature game, you might not want to be armed with a pistol. Now, something we can't compare here is Spectre did another Baba Yaga where he was armed with a primary weapon system and a pistol as a backup system. That miniature is long gone. I don't even know how to go about getting that one. It's a limited release run. So right now these are the ones you can get on the market. So if you want one with this weapon system, you're going to have to go with Studio Miniatures. Now, in my opinion, the only thing I'm disappointed with Studio Miniatures is I don't care about the extra, half a pound cost difference. It's just the height, because I actually like the Studio Miniature sculpt better. And the reason is how his suit fits. So where we look at the character where the suit falls on his body, that if you actually buy and wear suits, that's a little bit more appropriate. This is riding up real high. It's almost like a jacket on there. And I don't think in that scene in the movie the jacket actually rode up that high. He had a better fitting suit. Also, something that probably won't be noticeable to most is that the Studio Miniatures tie comes down to the proper length of how you wear a tie. This one, the jacket's too short and the tie's too long. You can see if he was too thick there. Though I do think that the Spectre Miniatures caught the Baba Yaga expression a little bit more accurately, though they both caught the hairstyle straight on. But I will say, in final assessment, I went ahead and bought both. Since I play Spectre miniatures, they have rules for Baba Yaga with pistol and with rifle. I like this one because there's also rules for in Spectre miniatures for Baba Yaga with shotgun. This would probably be a far more easier to convert into a shotgun than this pose right here. So if I had a gun to the head, pick which one, I'd pick the Studio Miniatures. Might be a touch more expensive, but I like the weapon system and I like the quick shipping. So thank you for joining us at Miniature Wargaming Labs, and we'll see you next time.